What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Team Bankroll. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus. This is the Football League Show with me and Flash Watson, former Premier League striker, here breaking down some tips. Special show this week. We don't have League One or League Two. We have FA Cup. So what we're going to do, a little championship stuff. We got a few plays there. Then we're going to go into FA Cup. We'll give you a few winners there, hopefully, and we'll wrap it up, Flash. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, big man. Thanks for having me. And this is one of the most exciting times because after this round in the FA Cup is when the big boys turn up. So the draw on Monday night will bring in the Premier League and the Championship sides for the third round. It was always exciting as a kid, and it was exciting as a player. And the good thing is here, when you play in the FA Cup, it's so beneficial and lucrative for the teams to get through this round, for the big dream to be alive, to host one of the big guns.
Yeah. You know, you always have if you're a small team, you have your shot here. You know, this is where you get some stardom. Maybe get yourself a TV game. I know, like Friday night, you mentioned Flash, Solihull Moors. They get a TV game. How about that? You know, little teams like that. That's big for their bottom line. Let's get into the championship here. And Flash, I really quick want to mention last night's game, a 5-5 all tie between Villa and Nottingham Forest. Have you ever been involved with a game like that, like playing?
No, I certainly haven't. No, 5-5 is just a rarity. I think I remember a 5-5 in about 1985 when I was 14-year-old. I think it was Queen's Park Rangers at home to Newcastle or something like that. But no, I mean, and obviously in Premier League, I remember a 4-4. Newcastle on Arsenal.
That Arsenal game with Newcastle, remember 7-5?
Yeah, well, I know we had the 4-4 game. I think Czech Tiote scored late on. But no, it's a massive rarity. But you start looking at some of these teams, and there's a massive pattern going on. I mean, last week, Villa, 4-2 at home to Birmingham. Birmingham were very good. Birmingham then go away. They win 2-0. There's a bit of a form guide going on here. And then Villa then draw 5-5 at home. So they're scoring bundles, but they're letting in goals. So that's where you look at your angles.
And that's one of the angles that I have this week. I really like Middlesbrough at home this week against Villa. 2.15. Middlesbrough, a very good defensive group. This is kind of like, Flash, you've had a lot of patsies. Now you go play a real football team. You got to worry about how good they are defensively. They're going to hit you on the counter because you're not good defensively. I like Middlesbrough here, 2.15 to beat Villa.
Yeah, I mean, I look at this whole card and it screams out goals to me. I mean, I look at the Friday night game, Sheffield United and Leeds, both to score. I mean, over 2.5, local derby. But Sheffield United at 2.3, I think they'll be far too streetwise for this young Leeds outfit. So I'm definitely putting up Sheffield United. I think that at home they're a tough proposition. But I mean, someone could be brave and go Sheffield United to win and over 2.5 goals.
What other games do you like, Flash, total-wise?
Well, I like Birmingham. I definitely like Birmingham. I think Birmingham at 2.4.
Preston, really bad.
At home, yeah. I mean, I expect. I could even see Birmingham winning to 0. But I just think, well, you shouldn't really complicate it. When you're getting a price like 2.4 on a side that are on the up, I mean, they didn't lose nothing really in defeat last week because they had their chances to go ahead. I mean, obviously they went 1-0 up. They got themselves back in the game. And it was a local derby. I think they'll be far too strong for Preston, and they're 2.4.
Yeah, I like that one. What do you think about Derby at home against Swansea?
Well, Swansea got absolutely smashed last time we spoke. And remember, you said that you fancied Norwich. I think Norwich went there and scored 4 or 5. Then West Brom go there, and West Brom win. You couldn't go with Swansea, that is for sure. Derby, they're a little bit hit and miss, but I think this is another game where both teams score. I mean, I wouldn't go against Derby, but I think that both teams will score.
I mean, I hate to do this also, Flash, with this Norwich team, but they are flying so high right now. They're playing a team in Rotherham, that's got to go and travel. But then I look at yesterday with Norwich, or 2 days ago, they draw to Hull City, which is kind of a weird result. They have been scoring so many goals, and to go in with a 0-0 is kind of weird. Norwich City should beat up Rotherham pretty bad, shouldn't they?
They should. They should. But here's another game that I think you're going to get great value on both teams to score. I mean, it's not my knack. My knack of both teams to score it is Forest at home to Ipswich. Forest obviously coming back off 5. It might be after the Lord Mayor show, but Ipswich scored 2 last night and let in 3. And the odds are 2.65 for Forest and both teams to score over 2.5.
Yeah, I like that
both
one.
teams to score. So basically, as we'd say in Prem Punters, an Alex Classic is 2.65. And just last night, they were involved in 13 goals between them.
That's a good shout by you there, Flash. Yeah, I don't like a ton, but I definitely like Middlesbrough. Flash, you mentioned Sheffield United to beat Leeds, Birmingham to beat Preston North End, Ipswich and Nottingham, both teams to score and over 2.5. Anything else, Flash?
I think you look down this card, and I think a blind man can see goals throughout.
Yeah. What do you think about Flash? One other one that I kind of considered as well. Blackburn's having some defensive problems, and Sheffield Wednesday, they give up tons of goals. They're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. I think they're second worst in the league. That one screams goals to me. But Blackburn are king of the draws, as we know. Do you see a 2-2 there, maybe?
I can see, as I said, and I don't want to keep repeating myself and sound like a stuck record, but every single game, I don't see a 0-0 involved. I just do not see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of where I am with it. All right, Flash, let's kind of move over to the FA Cup. For me, it's Middlesbrough. I like that one. Flash mentioned Sheffield United, Birmingham, Ipswich, and Forest, both teams to score and over 2.5. A couple of tips there, I think, to make some money in the championship. But FA Cup, let's go to FA Cup. FA Cup, obviously, the Battle of England, basically. Flash, how much did you value the FA Cup when you played?
Everything, absolutely everything. It's the Mecca. I mean, when I was growing up as a kid, in fact, I've just gone goosebumpy. It was the only time you ever got to Wembley, unless you played for your country. And I remember as a kid, it was the only live game of the season. The only game we ever got to see live was the FA Cup final. So that it was the most prestigious. The romance is starting to come back into it because so many of the smaller teams are getting so much better, so you're getting more chance of big giant killings. I like Charlton at home to Doncaster.
Hey, Flash.
2.35.
Let's I'll tell you what, we'll start out with that one, and then we'll kind of, I don't want to jump around just because I know it's tough for people to keep track. So let's start with that one. You like Charlton against Doncaster, which is interesting. I noticed, I'm pretty sure it was you that told me you're not a big fan of betting against teams that are in the same league. You've mentioned that, haven't you?
Yeah. But the big thing is now is you got to go. They don't mess about and they don't play weakened sides in the second round because there's such a golden goose waiting for them over the bridge. They get through this, they've got an opportunity either to have a cup run because they'll play another minnow, or they get one of the big boys at home.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good one though. Charlton, I know you used to play for them. You know them pretty well. One that I mentioned to you, Flash, Friday night, Blackpool, basically, even money against Solihull Moors. Solihull Moors out of the National League, which is the league below League Two, so it's the 4th level or 5th level, whatever it would be.
Yeah.
A team that obviously is just happy to be here, but they're not really killing it in the National League. They're 6th, I think. This should be a spot where Blackpool should dispatch of a team that they're just better than. And Blackpool, a League One side, they should be able to handle their business here.
Yeah, I can't believe the price you're getting. I mean, the bookies are actually expecting maybe a draw, but for me at 1.95, you wouldn't want to get away from Blackpool. Blackpool score goals, and what you need from to avoid a giant killing act is your strikers. being far better than the opposing defenders. And in this case, I think Blackpool will win and will probably win comfortably. I mean, there is still a gulf, and at 1.95, you've got to be with them.
How about this story, Flash? Also, Slough Town out of the National League South. I mean, that's sixth level of English football. They're 13th in National League South. What an unbelievable story this is. They're hosting a game. They're playing Gillingham. Gillingham 1.61. Is Gillingham not a lock or what? I mean, what is that all about?
Yes,
Slough Town
and it's wrote down. Yeah, I've wrote that down. Gillingham at 1.65. Gillingham score goals home and away. So, I mean, listen, you can't get away from Gillingham. And I tell you what, it is one of them games where if you was to get beat, it would be the biggest story of the whole weekend. So you've got to be the unluckiest man on the planet to not pull up. It is a lockdown. I've actually stuck it in a double with Lincoln City. Lincoln at 1.7.
Like that, and just to kind of keep for anyone that's new to maybe lower level soccer betting and not the Premier League, for anyone that's curious, Slough Town is basically a semi-professional team. That means they don't get paid to play. They basically have jobs. Then they go and play football at night and they practice.
Yeah, they still get paid, big man. They still get paid.
Very limited amount though.
Right. No. I mean, listen, some of them wouldn't get the same fee as you get for doing this show.
Sure, but what I'm saying basically is because I remember watching that when Salford was in league, National League, there were like certain players that were getting like very little money, like money that you didn't even like. Yeah, you couldn't believe.
They're playing for the love. They're playing for the love, and they're playing for the opportunity to climb the ladder. But
so an opportunity like this for a team like this, I mean, this is a group that plays, in like a 2,000 seat stadium. I mean, they're if that. Very small. You know about this, Flash. Flash, what was the smallest team you played on?
Sorry?
The smallest team you played on, Hartlepool, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I actually played for Hartlepool. Yeah, I mean, I think we probably started around 3,300 when I first started, and by the time I'd finished, we were like selling out at 6,000.
Yeah. So but at that point, Hartlepool was pretty small. They were what, national, they League Two team at that time?
Yeah, League Two, and then we got promoted to League One.
Very good. So I'm definitely on that one. Gillingham, I mean, it's not a great price, but you got to think about it. What about Swindon Town against Woking? What about that, Flash?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is where the potential giant killer could be. So I've left it alone because with Swindon, you've been on about them all season of letting goals in.
Yeah,
they keep changing their manager. They're away from home. It's just one of them games. I mean, I looked at the Gillingham game and thought, okay, stick them in with Lincoln at 1.7. And if I'm not wrong, Maidstone entertain a league side. And do they not? Is it Luton or who are Maidstone playing?
Maidstone play. They play Oldham.
Oldham, that's right. Yeah, I thought that was probably the one you could put a treble in if you trust Oldham to go and get the job done, which I do, to be honest. So I mean, I think Oldham could go in with Lincoln and Gillingham.
Yeah, just to keep this in mind with Woking. Woking is a team out of the National League South, same as Slough Town. Woking's actually the best group. They're actually best team in this league, other than Bradford, which. Woking is good. I mean, they score a ton of goals. This could be a goal fest, Flash. Woking's going to go for it.
They've got good pedigree in the FA Cup as well.
Yep. They're not going to hold anything back. They're going to go for it. This might be a goal fest here. I'll tell you what, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go over 2.5. I bet a lot of goals in Swindon Town games. Woking should be no different. I think this is a 3-2. This could be a fun one here. I'm going to go with that. I'm also going to go with Gillingham. Small price, but I think they beat Slough. Flash, you mentioned maybe Maidstone, Oldham. Oldham wins that one. Not a bad shot there. Blackpool, I think, beats Solihull Moors. Flash, you mentioned Charlton against Doncaster. What about Wimbledon? They get a low-level side in Halifax Town.
Yeah, the problem you've got with Wimbledon is, I mean, Halifax are decent,
Is Wimbledon much better is the question.
Yeah, are they way much better? I'm not too sure. if they put their best foot forward, they're pretty direct, Wimbledon, and they might just. They've got to have the rub of the green. They've got to have the right bounce. I think if they score first and go on and win, I would think that they get beat if they go behind early.
One other one I definitely like, Flash. The cream kind of rises to the top in these things, and a team that I think is just really poor is Rochdale. I think they're a bad side. I think Portsmouth gets the best of them here. 2.1 Portsmouth. I'll take a shot with that as well. One other one, Flash. Joey Barton, Fleetwood. They get Gisley. Gisley, a small team. Joey Barton can't possibly lose to a team like this, can he?
Well, Gisley actually knocked out Cambridge. I think it was like 4-3. So I mean, they score goals. They're managed by Marcus Bignut, Gisley. So I think there'll be fireworks in this game on and off the pitch. I think that there's a good chance that the both sets of backroom staff might have a little set to as well. So I mean, it's a game I'm going to put a line through, but I'll be cheering on Gisley.
Yeah, Gisley, a team that's struggling this year, 16th in National League North. National League North is the 6th level of football, so they're definitely struggling. Listen, I can't imagine they lose this game. I just Barton would be if Barton loses this game, Flash, you'd have to. They're going to call for his job, won't they?
Because he's done so. I mean, he's very, very good friends with the owner of Fleetwood. So he'd have to do something catastrophic to lose his job. And to be fair, they've actually done pretty well this year. I mean, they've probably punched above their weight, and they've scored goals, and he's probably stabilised the football club.
Great. Good stuff, Flash, as always. Let me just recap here. I like Blackpool to beat Solihull Moors. I also like Plymouth or Portsmouth to beat Rochdale. Too many P's. I also like Swindon Woking over 2.5, and I like Gillingham to beat Slough Town. Flash, you like what did you mention? Charlton Athletic to beat Doncaster. You also mentioned maybe a giant killer with the Woking, and you like Oldham to beat Maidstone.
Oldham to beat Maidstone, to be fair. But I mean, my main one's going to be Gillingham and Lincoln in a double. And my singles are going to be Charlton at home and Blackpool to win on Friday night.
Yeah, I like those plays a lot. Looking forward to it. No League One or League Two, but we can wet our whistle with a little FA Cup, which I always like good sides against low-level sides. So let's see if we can make some money, Flash. As always, great work. Thanks for joining us here. And thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back next week with another edition of the Football League Show, the show where we take a look at the England lower leagues. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Flash.
Cheers, mate.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.